For a basic hypothesis test with one sample, we're going to look at three different cases. One where there's an upper tail test, where the direction of the alternative hypothesis shows that the value mu is more than some value, say 12. The direction of the beak points to the upper tail. If we were looking to a lower tail test, it would point in the lower direction. To the left, it would be a less than. If it were two-tailed, this would be equal. Remember, would be not equal. Remember, all equal signs go with the null hypothesis. In this case, what we're trying to do is determine whether or not a service goal of 12 minutes or less is being achieved. That's the status quo. That's what goes in the null hypothesis. We're seeing that this wants to be performed at a 5% level of significance. 5%. The rest of the information has been gathered here, including our sample mean, the known sigma, the sample size, and what the hypothesized value of 12 minutes. We're going to use the template. The template simply allows us to impute the values and check p values on top. Sample size in this case turned out to be 40. The sample mean known from the problem was 13.3, and the population standard deviation was 3.2. The hypothesized value turned out to be 12. That's the number we're concerned about. That's the benchmark. From this, we can see three p-values that have been created at the bottom. Notice the first is for the lower tail test. Since it's a look-back table, sigma known implies the normal distribution with a large sample size above 30. A lower tail test means that since our sample mean is bigger than our hypothesized value, it's going to be at least 50% because you're in the right half looking back. We are so far into the tail, the p-value is rather large. But since it's an upper tail test, we're looking to the right into the upper tail. It's simply the complement to this. In this case, the p-value is rather small. We compare the p-value here, 0.0067, to the sigma value, 0.05. Since the p-value is less than, since the p-value 0.0067 is less than alpha 0.05, we reject the null, and we state the conclusion that it will take longer than 12 minutes to arrive on the scene, and they probably need to re-examine their service goal.